Hi everyone, so it's your girl Forsythe-Crichlow. Today is September 30th and this is the first time we all get to, well, not really the first time, but like the first time for it to be so long for you all to see my husband, and this is Jay and I'm
Hi.
Kanisha.
Hi, everybody.
And today we are going to talk about our love story. And I'm like so excited. You can see the big smile on my face because this is like a long time coming. And why we decided to do that is because a lot of persons would have asked us, like, how we met, how was the relationship, how long we've been together, what has that really been like to be together for, the time that we have been together so far. This year made it 5 years we've been married on the 26th or so, 5-year anniversary, and in total we've been together for 7 years.
Yeah.
So we would have asked our friends to ask us some questions, things that they want to know. So what we're gonna do first, I think we'll answer the questions. So like we have the questions right here on his phone. I'll post the questions like in the description. So
First question.
the first question.
How did y'all meet?
Yeah.
Right. Basically, we met at Westmoreland where we worked. I worked at Guardian Life. She worked at Guardian Asset Management. And
I don't know if it's
we basically met. Well, I met her. She didn't meet me first. I saw her many of times before, and I would have told one of our good friends that I was very interested in her, and I believe that the friend told her, and she was interested, but she was interested in
wait,
going to dine.
first
Right?
of all,
Hold on. And so this friend actually linked us together, and we started to talk via BBM at
yeah,
the time.
BBM.
Yeah, we started to talk via BBM, and we started to travel together. And that is basically where we met. We met at work, and we started traveling together. The first time we traveled together, I think
Was it first day when we
Was it-
exchanged BBM pin?
yeah, so we met
Yeah.
we met downstairs work, and then we started to travel together from there. So,
Right, but I want to edit that story a little bit, right? So yes, we did meet at work. However, it is what you call like, so it's a group of companies basically. So like he said, he worked for one arm of the company and I worked for another arm of the company. And yes, he used to see me all the time because we share the same kitchenettes. The two companies would share the same space. And every time I would go back to my desk, our mutual friend, and why I say mutual, because she used to work where he was working at the time, and she then came across on my side, and she would say, "Oh yeah, your secret admirer saw you today in the kitchen," and I'm like, "Really?" She would say, "Yeah, he saw you in a little polka dot dress," and he'd be like, "That darky from Gam," and I'm like, "Really?" Meanwhile, I would talk to everybody in the kitchen. He would always see me in the kitchen, and I never saw him, right? We would even come down in the same taxi to work together, and I never saw him, not once. And sometimes he would say, "Hey, I see that key from Gam in the car today," and I'm like, "Really?" So after her telling me that for a little while, maybe a few weeks, then I said, "Well, you know what? Tell him I like to eat, and if it is he wants to talk to me, he could carry me out to eat." So that day we exchanged BBM pin, and like he said, we traveled together from that day onwards until we purchased a car. That's it.
yeah.
So that's basically how we met.
All right.
So the next question, do you remember your first date?
Yeah. The first date, this one will be fast because the first date was
When-
51 degrees
Yeah.
when we went to the club for
A friend.
a friend's birthday, and that was actually first date.
Yeah.
The first date.
But I mean, I wouldn't really advise, your first date being, going to a club per se. But that's just how it happened. That was our first date. We went to a club and it was really nice. We had a lot of fun. That was our first date.
Yeah.
And the next question is, what is your first impression, well, of him, and what is his first impression of me?
Yeah.
My first impression of him, honestly, I had none. I think because I would have gotten to the stage in my life where it is beyond somebody's physical appearance and it's more about getting to know somebody. So when I went downstairs and I saw him, I was just like, all right, cool, let's see where this go. And honestly, I think because as soon as we exchanged BBM pin, we were literally talking the whole day. I didn't really do much work because we were just like messaging back and forth. I was intrigued because the conversation was really nice. It was very, how to put it, it was just nice and flowy. It didn't feel forced. It wasn't like, you know, you're fighting to have a conversation. It was just a lovely conversation throughout the day until it was time for us to travel home together. So that was really it as it relates to first impression.
Yeah. Well, my first impression is basically the same when it speaks to the conversation. The conversation was very nice and flowy. It was conversations that a lot of mature people would have had at the start of meeting someone. However, it's a little different with me.
Yeah, because he was watching the Darky from a long
I
time.
actually was watching her a long time, probably a month or two before
Yeah.
she even. And you know, I would say it's not lost, but I'm impressed by how she carried about herself and how she dressed and how she talked and she had manners and stuff like that. So, and she just, as I told her friend, the pretty or the sexy darky from Gam, basically.
Yeah. And if you're not from the Caribbean, or I wouldn't really generalize it and say the Caribbean, but I would say if it is you're not from Trinidad and Tobago, that is, somebody of my complexion, they would call me a darky. Somebody of his complexion would say, well, he's a red man. So that's why you'd hear us using the term like, you know, the darky from Gam or the darky. That's how they would describe you, you know. So that's the third question. The fourth question they asked was,
when did you realize you wanted to marry this guy
and why?
or this girl, and why?
You go first, man.
Right. It's just I basically saw where I could have spent my entire life with her, because from the start basically I saw her as a friend, right? Saw her as a friend, and throughout the time being together from the earliest, I never stopped seeing that friendship. And that is one thing I cherished. And I always said, if I have to be with somebody, it have to be someone who I could firstly be a friend with, and someone who I could see enjoying the rest of my life with. So I saw all those attributes in her, and I never stopped seeing it to this day. And that's basically why I was so eager in marrying this young lady. Yeah.
Well, for me, I think what really what I would say triggered me to say, well, you know what, this is somebody I could spend the rest of my life with, and somebody that I could really, you know, commit to in a particular way. I have a younger sister. My mom would have died when I was really young, and we share the same mother. So I always had her as my priority, and I would have expressed to him in the early parts of our relationship that she is beyond my sister. This is like my child in a way. So, you know, it is for you to understand that this is not just a sister thing, and understand how serious I take her and my responsibility to her. And in the very early, I mean, literally, it could have been like within the second week of us dating, because we started dating in July, right, to the end of July. And within the second week of us dating, obviously, well, in Trinidad, that is, you know, school would be closing, and obviously book lists and those kind of things would be coming out. And I would have made mention saying, like, you know, I have to get my stuff, I have to get things to my sister, because he asked me, like, you know, what you doing weekend? I said, I'm going to try to organize her things for school, because September is right there. So he was like, well, what is this you have to get for? And I started calling some of this stuff, and he was like, all right, well, we would go and I'll pick up some shirts and get to her school skirts. And I was like we literally just started talking, like, really? And that to me showed me that he was the type of person to be interested or care for the things that I cared for. And I think in a partnership, not just a relationship where you and somebody say that you are together, but a partnership where it is you intend to build. Because for me, my thing is, whoever I decide to spend my life with, it should be from a building standpoint. We should build together, and that is what I would want in a partner. Somebody that sees what I see and care for the things that I care for, and is respectful enough so that they would assist me in the process. And he did that, and I was like, that was really admirable. So I said, this is somebody I could spend my life with, basically. Next one.
Next one, question 5. How was the dating fees? The
We didn't have much of
dating fees, we didn't have much.
Yeah, 'cause
it was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
It was just plenty fun.
Yeah.
Plenty activities
Mhm.
going on, different dates, going
Yeah.
on different go see different movies, taking long drives,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Dating phase was nice, it was enjoyable. A little bit ups and downs.
Yeah.
With personal stuff. I mean,
And I think
you know,
we're very opposite in a lot of ways. So like he's very mellow, and as you could see, I'm on the crazier, hyper side, and go. So in the beginning of the relationship, that was an adjustment to be made on both of our behalves, and to kind of like compromise and find a middle ground, so we could be respectful in all the things that we do, in encouraging each other, and also just kind of falling back at the same time, and more so falling back on my end, because like I said, I'm like go, and he's more kind of mellow. So I would say over the years we have gotten to the point where you'd see like I have, kind of enjoyed the chilling out a bit, and you see where he has stepped up. So we have definitely complemented each other in that way. And as it relates to the dating phase, I would say we were very fortunate enough to have like-minded friends. For that's the best way I could put it, like-minded friends, in terms of we had other friends that were also couples and were and still are in relationships with those persons, and they are serious about the relationships that they are in. So we would have done a lot of couple trips. I mean, and to be 23 and 24, and to be doing like couple trips, so we would go to our sister isle, which is Tobago, and spend the weekend, like a nice long weekend at a lovely guest house, and we would take trips together as couples, and it was ourselves and 2 other couples. So, and then we also would hang out with, other people like singles as well too, and always have a good time. So our dating phase was really fun.
That's good. Question 6. Any breakups during courtship, pre-marriage? No.
No.
So we'll go on to the next question, which is 7.
But hold on, you don't find that was strange?
No.
I think honestly, the kind of personalities we have, like if we break up, if it is we had broken up in that dating phase,
we probably wouldn't
I
be
don't
doing
feel
this video though.
we will not be doing this video. I think our personalities, we don't have it in us for them kind of things.
Yeah.
So it's either you ride it till you is fall off, or nothing at all. Like it and have that come back, go back kind of situation.
Yeah. 7.
Yeah.
What is the driving force that keeps you waking up and wanting it every day? Go ahead.
For me, I think the driving force and keeps me wanting to have this relationship every day is what he said in the beginning stages, the friendship. Like outside of us being a couple in terms of marriage or romantic, like I really see him as my friend, like my best friend. That is, I could tell him anything, and I do tell him any and everything, and we have a level of friendship that I really appreciate. And outside of that, we have, what makes me want it so much as well is the way that we love each other. I think is really amazing. I think God has blessed us with a good thing, so that within itself makes me want to keep at it. And then the way he treats me, and the way that he loves me, and the way he does things makes me want to keep at the relationship even more. And then too, we have some joint purposes together as well, in terms of we both are very eager and inclined to help persons. So I think that is one of the things too with us, like we both want to help and do better and support the community and do good for our community. So I think that is one of the things that keeps us going as well, because we have that vision and we work on it together. So I think that's really it. And then I just love this man.
Yeah. Well, basically, the driving force for me is, as I said, and she said it again, the friendship that we have, and the respect and different ideas and like-mindedness of each other. The things that we want is basically the same, right? We want children, we want and that is one key factor that I would say is a driving force. that we want our family to expand our family together. We want to expand our communities. We want to reach out to each and every person. So that's the driving force. And I don't think that I personally, and I can speak on her behalf as well, I don't think the things that we want to do, especially when it speaks to the community and helping others and helping children and just spreading a lot of love, we cannot do it without each other.
Yeah.
So basically, we need to have each other in each other's space.
Yeah.
Right? So, and as she said as well, the love is a driving force, because we can be arguing now, and without a doubt, in 5 minutes, we are in a good space, and the reason being is because we drive with love, actually.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's the driving force for me.
Alright, let's see the next question. Yeah. So so far that's a whole 7 questions, and we kind of did this because I have a support group that I'm running right now, and we kind of did these questions with them, and it was so much fun. The next question they asked was, what are your pet peeves with him and vice versa? How do you deal with it? So, pet peeve, oh God, Olia, don't come up so. It's not really a pet peeve because it's something that he can't help, right? So, it's not specifically to him, but it's anybody. And he has sinus, how we call it, sinusitis? Whatever you call that thing. And, you know, so he would do this snorting thing like wee hours in the morning and then late in the night. And it's just like, but like I say, he can't help it. So it's not really a pet peeve, but him is just in general. With anybody that does that, it's just like, Jesus, fix it. And that's really it.
My pet peeve, I remember it now. Actually, I'll just say that. If I go back to probably like 10 minutes in this show, if she gonna do the face expression now, so you don't really have to go back. My pet peeve with her is her face expressions, and her face expressions say a lot. And sometimes it could cause problems. Not only with us, but I mean
in general.
Yeah.
So, he has like a real big issue with my facial expression, because my face says it all.
Expressions.
Yeah, my facial expressions, like if it says I'm annoyed at something, like you would see it. I mix no matters with it, and I am unapologetic about it. If I'm confused, you'd see it on my face. I'm like, exactly what do you mean? And even with us, I try to be very conscious of it, because I mean, in general, it's not meant to offend you, but it's just really me trying to process the information and understand, so you'd see it display on my face. And in the earlies, and even sometimes now, we still have all of the back and forth, because you'd say like, what that face is about, and I'd be like, well, I'm trying to understand what you're saying, right? And even with other people, he like, you know, that's not nice to see, like, you know, when somebody probably walk into the room, or if somebody's saying something that maybe I disagree with, to see my facial expression like that's not nice. So, you know, we'd always have those ongoing conversations. You know, but this is just who I am. I'm trying to curb it. I'm trying to be a better human being. Okay. The next question: how soon after did you all realize it was time to drop your other birds? So if it is enough from the Trinidad and Tobago, when somebody asks you about your birds or your smallies, what's that next word? Birds, smallies. What's that next word? Yeah, it's mainly like birds or smallies, right? If anybody's to ever ask you about those types of things, that really refers to like your love interests, or people that you're talking to, or on the side, or dating. You know, sometimes you tend to date around, you multi-date. So that's what they really refer to. So for me, I drop my birds the next day.
Pause it first.
Oh God. Alright, so we're back. Sorry, we got a little interrupted there. So the last question was with the birds. When it is you realize you have to drop your birds, right? So I dropped my birds. So we started talking on a Friday, I think. Was it? No, we started talking the Monday.
Yeah.
And like he said, we'd have been communicating the entire time. So I dropped my birds the Friday. No. The Sunday. The Sunday.
The Sunday or the Monday?
Yeah, the Monday. I dropped my birds a week later. And yeah, that's it. That was it. I dropped my birds a week later.
Alright. Thanks for being honest. As possible. Yeah. I basically dropped my birds as soon as, because as I said earlier, I basically was watching this young lady for a while. So I had already started dropping my birds, in the hope that I probably would have gotten to go on a date or possibly end up with this individual.
Well, I mean.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, I dropped my birds a week later, which was the following Monday. He's sticking to that story. So.
Which story? Are you sticking to my story? I don't know if you want to amend your.
No, I did drop my birds the Monday
Okay.
after.
Okay.
Yeah, I dropped my birds the Monday after. We started dating.
Alright. What is your most appreciated quality in Chi / Ganesha?
So it's the most appreciated quality. What I appreciate about him the most is his ability to be passionate about the things that I care about, and I think consideration is a really big thing for me. And the type of person that I am, if it is I have you in my space, or I love you, I would care about the things that you care about. I'm interested in the things that you are interested in, and I would get involved to assist with any process or just be there as a support if that is the case. And for him to reciprocate what I extend to persons that I love, it was amazing, because you don't usually find that. Sometimes you're with somebody, or it's just like even like a casual platonic relationship, friendship, that is, and it's like you would be so invested in them and they are not invested in you. And I really appreciate the fact that he is very invested in me, very invested in the things that I'm interested in. And apart from that, I really appreciate the way he loves me. Yeah.
Quality that I love the most in Kanisha is her willingness and drive to do things with passion. She basically would go out of her way to do things for herself and things for others, which may and may not work in her favor at times, but it is a very, 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 very good quality. Another good quality is that she cares a lot about anything that she does. Example, cooking. So, because she loves to cook.
Wait, hold on.
Because
I don't like to cook. I love to cook
for people.
Not just for people. I am the type of person that if I love you, I would do anything to make you happy.
Right.
Yes.
So I think you get where I'm going with that. So basically, I mean, once she loves something or loves someone, it's very easy for her to do such for them. And that is an amazing quality, because not much young ladies would do anything to the extent that she does for anyone, friend, boyfriend, husband, mother, father. And that is a great quality, because you don't really find young women doing that too much. I don't want to be judgmental, but I'm just trying to be very candid and honest. So yeah.
The next question. So this is the last question.
How do you manage
carnal
temptations? Go ahead.
Well, for me, like I said, when or even before we started dating, I would have already gotten to the point where it is beyond the physical attraction and those things, because I realized those things is only for a time, and once you really start to court somebody, and once you really start getting into the realm of wanting to build a life with somebody, it is beyond those physical attributes. So carnal temptation for me isn't a factor, because I see it as there's nobody out there that could compete with or is in the same class with my husband. And even before he was my husband, that's how I saw it. I just saw it as there's nobody that could come close, there's nobody at par, there's nobody. And I just feel as though there's not a need for me to go down that route, because if it is I have to put in work, let's just say we have an SEO or whatever the case may, like, temptation to go external was never a thing, because I just always felt as though I could work it out with my friend and we could move forward from this. So for carnal temptations, like I say, I have gotten to the point where it's bigger than that. This doesn't impress me. So, and on top of that, you're nowhere close to what I have. So you could go ahead. Bye bye. That's really my thing.
Same here. I wouldn't say there's carnal temptations. However, we know that at times you will see
Of course.
females or males, and
Correct.
you will
You'd look.
look.
They look nice.
So, and basically we do that as a couple. We actually compliment other people. So it's not about carnal temptations. So I don't think that speaks to us in this relationship, this marriage, this friendship. So
Yeah. So that's basically all of the lovely 10 questions that they would have asked. 11.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've been married 5 years. September 26th made it 5 years. Been together for 7. And the road has been rough many a times, but overall, we have had a good time. I could say I've had a good time in our relationship, and I believe you would say the same. And we continue to have a good time even in the midst of the challenges. So I'm excited for the next 5, the next 10, the next 15 years. And I'm so glad to come on here and share with you guys. So stay tuned for more stuff as it relates to our TTC. I'm pregnant, trying to conceive our take-home baby. This will be my 2nd month after getting clearance. Trying September obviously was not successful, so I'm hoping October could be successful. So I'd start doing my OPK testing probably like next week. Yeah, next week, and we'll see how it goes. So sending lots of love, encouragement to all of you couples, and even to you single people, well, even to the men and the women that are currently single. What I would say is make room for the type of person that you want. Sit down and you could even write out the type of individual you want in your life and what you need in your life from that particular person, because I think that's one of the things that a lot of people miss. They tend to not know what it is they want or what it is they need, and they tend to just kind of let anything come in their way and then settle. So do that, and yeah, keep the spirit of love alive. Bye.